Not all 1-ounce silver coins are treated the same, even when the silver content is identical. And the Canadian silver maple leaf is one of the best examples of why understanding the series matters. Good morning, it's today again. Welcome back to Joseph's Reserves. I'm Joseph, and I store 20% of my income in the form of rare coins and precious metals. Today, I want to slow things down and talk about one of the most important bullion programs in the world, the Canadian silver maple leaf, and more importantly, how stackers should think about this entire series. But first, I got a new capsule. Oh, here we go. This is a sovereign capsule. So I'm going to go ahead and take out my old sovereign from my little pouch over here, and we'll get the sovereign put into this new capsule. It is already in a capsule, but I prefer the ones without the black foam. And this one I have here is a direct fit, so it will definitely protect the coin a lot better and allow me to kind of see all the way around the coin. Actually, let's go ahead and take a quick look. Ooh, ah. All right, that's enough. Yeah, let's get Queen Vicky into this capsule. I'm not gonna lie, that sound wasn't nearly as satisfying today. Wait, what am I doing? Where's my intro, guys? You gotta keep me in line. Today we're talking about the Canadian silver maple leaf. But before we go any further, we have to shout out Emmanuel for, in the third day in a row, getting the first comment on yesterday's video. Thank you so much for the support, Emmanuel. Guys, find him down in the comments and start a conversation. Click on his page, watch some of his videos. He makes really good content. Let's go ahead and get into the Canadian silver maple leaf. First off, they're distributed in tubes of 25 rather than 20. So if you're the type of stacker to stack full tubes, that could make a pretty large difference. The Canadian silver maple leaf was first minted in 1988 with this portrait of Queen Elizabeth at the age of 39. They made these coins in 1 ounce, half ounce, quarter ounce, and a tenth of an ounce. The reverse shows the national symbol of the sugar maple leaf and is an iconic symbol that was used throughout the entire series. If we were building somewhat of a typeset, this would only include the years 1988 and 1989. So that is the first type. Next up, they changed the design to another portrait of Queen Elizabeth, but this time aged at 64. This design carried on from 1990 all the way to 2003. However, in 1993, they added the 1/20th of an ounce. This design has all of the lowest mintage years. The years to especially look out for are 1992, 1995, 1996, 1997, which is the technical key date, and 2001. Another key note here is that in the year 2000, the coin was minted with 1999 and 2000, and it was including this fireworks privy mark to celebrate the new millennia. So here's a close look at that firework privy. Every single example from the year 2000 was made exactly in this way. So unfortunately, this is not a super special one, but it's definitely unique in that it's the first maple leaf to contain 2 dates on it. There was only a mintage of 403,000, so this is also a pretty low mintage for the Canadian maple leaf. In 2004, a new portrait of Queen Elizabeth came out. This is the longest lasting and the last portrait of Queen Elizabeth aged at 79 years old. This design is broken up into 3 different categories. So the first one goes from 2004 all the way to 2013. In addition, 2013 was the 25th year anniversary for the Canadian silver maple leaf. So that year they did have this design with the big 25 on the maple leaf. They also made the regular one in 2013, but in 2014 they added these security features, We'll have to take a really close look to see at them. This is the radial lines. You can see all these really, really thin lines in the field all the way around the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. And on the reverse, you could see all those radial lines around the maple leaf, as well as this micro-engraving hologram. This tiny maple leaf within a small maple leaf actually has the year inside of it. These tiny details are near impossible for counterfeiters to copy perfectly. So they do tell a lot on the counterfeits, on the fakes, that can't get these details quite right, and that is how they act as a security feature. Technically, nothing else changed. Oh, guys, wait, look at this one. 2017. So this is actually one of my favorite Canadian maple leafs because of the toning on it, but also because I found this in a Coinstar when I first started stacking silver. Look at how beautiful the colors are on this. I'm actually considering getting this one graded just because of how it looks. I'm sure it won't get a 70, probably not anywhere close to that, but man, that's some cool color. Anyway, as I was saying, in the next year, nothing else quite changed. The 2018, nothing changed physically, but they did add their mint shield surface technology. This is actually now preventing all silver coins from milk spotting. And unfortunately, Canada is not sharing the technology with anyone else, but that's a very important distinction to know that 2018 Canadian maples will not milk spot. Then, of course, the Royal Canadian Mint introduced the portrait of King Charles in 2024. And that would be the full typeset of the regular maple series. I say regular because Canada also makes a bunch of these wildlife or animal portrait series that are really fun to collect, but they take the maple leaf design off the coin to replace it with these animals or other designs. So these move a little more into the collecting side rather than the stacking side of the Royal Canadian Mint. We could probably have an entire video just on the extra series that the Royal Canadian Mint does, just like their gold series. This is a reverse proof 1/10 ounce gold that has a family privy mark on it. At the Royal Canadian Mint, they make all kinds of odd collectible coins, even weird sizes like the 3/4 ounce size. But when it comes to the regular Canadian silver maple leaf, the important thing to note is that there were 4 different portraits on the Obverse. There's 3 different portraits of the Queen and 1 portrait of the King. A full typeset would technically look like this. However, if you wanted to add the different timing of when they added security features or the mint shield surface, you would add those coins as well. And if you want to go from this and take it a step further to get every single date, that would be 38 different coins. So soon, in about 12 years, there's going to be 50 different 1 ounce rounds to collect, and that would fill 2 complete tubes. Go ahead and start now, and we'll work on our 2 tubes together. Wait, I almost forgot about counting my copper. I counted another 5 pounds today. So we're at 50 pounds of copper. I guess I grossly underestimated the amount of copper that I have. Anyway, I guess I'll put this here. Everyone, make sure you get down in the comments, start a conversation with someone down there. Like the comments, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you like this type of content. I guess if you don't like it, you can subscribe too if you want for some reason. But most of all, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Just remember, every ounce adds up, so no matter how small, just keep stacking.